Hello everyone, how you all doing? Update 4.11 for Vainglory is about to roll out in January 2020. There were no update changes to the heroes on the previous update, just a new hero introduced, which is being reworked apparently. So I'm curious to see what they're going to change on this update 4.11. It seems that Anka is gonna get a slight, rework. The energy cost is slightly higher, but the damage is also higher on the Dance of Blades. So just a little tuning on Anka. I guess it's alright, doesn't really change much how it plays. It's good that she does more damage with her B. Compared with the other assassins, she was a bit low, but she's still pretty deadly overall. It just depends on the build, I guess. Blackfeather has some changes. His bonus crystal damage is increased. The Rose offensive damage is also increased, and the crystal power ratio is also increased. This is really weird. I mean, the Rose offensive doesn't really matter if it increases or not. I mean, it matters, but it's not that significant. But the increasing on the Heartthrob perk, this is I don't think this is merited. Blackfeather is already pretty deadly as a 1 versus 1 hero early on in the game, and the perk is always with him, so sometimes he doesn't even need to do offensive items to do a lot of damage. He just sustains so much that it doesn't really matter. So if you give him even more damage, he's gonna just get a bit more broken than he already is. So I don't think I agree with this update change that much. Let's take a look at Gwen. The Skedaddle cooldown went lower, which only on the later levels, not on the beginning. I think this is very substantial though. It should have been less than that if they wanted indeed to lower it, but okay. And the Ace's high energy cost has also significantly dropped. I don't think Gwen needed this update, this buff, but okay, whatever. Guess we're gonna be seeing people play more Gwen again instead of the other bottom lane heroes. Ishtar, basic attack crystal ratio power ratio was lowered yet again. Blade Whirl was also lowered. So she keeps getting nerfed. It's like her 4th nerf in a row, and apparently she is still broken. Let's see how she is after this nerf. She's completely off the S tier or not. Kinetic changes. Kinetic is also one of the main heroes that is most often picked for the bot lane as a weapon damage. Plasma Driver energy cost has increased slightly, not that much, just enough to force you to buy those Halcyon boots. Charged Pulse crystal power ratio decreased. Not many people play Kinetic CP anyway, so it doesn't really matter much. Tony, base weapon power increased, weapon power per level also increased. Jawbreaker has more movement speed and does more damage, and the Trash Talk has less cooldown, so a big buff for Tony. I mean, you could use a couple of buffs compared to other jungle brawler heroes, like Rona got a huge buff, so it makes sense that Tony kind of got a little bit buff to compensate. But I think this is a bit too much. I think we're going to start seeing Spell Sword Tony, Spell Sword and Tyrant's Monocle Tony again. Which, I mean, if that's what they want, sure. But you're going to lose a bit of the tank meta with this, I think. Let's take a look at Viola changes. Basic attack crystal power ratio decreased. Crystal power ratio decreased on the Discord as well. And the dissonance lower. Damage over time increased though. So a little bit of a nerf, not that much. Just small tune, you will barely notice it, I think. Vox, his A cooldown was increased. So less sonic zooms. And the basic attack damage also does less early in the game, but then in the end, if you maximize it, it's just the same, and the last 2 levels is pretty much the same. So, I mean, Vox is in a weird position. He's definitely broken right now. Both the CP and the weapon are very strong, so it's been a priority pick for a lot of people. You can either play it on the mid as a CP or in the bot lane as a weapon. And I don't think the cooldown will make much of a difference. I mean, it helps not having it so OP, but he will struggle more in the early game, that's for sure. Like a lot of cooldown and doing a lot less damage with those resonance bounces. So have to see, have to play it and see how it works out. But yeah, I'll definitely suffer, get cut a little bit from his high tier placement. The wait for it was also changed. The silence duration is higher, so you will be silenced for a bit longer. Goes a bit against the concept of being burst damage skill, which was reworked a few updates before, so they are reverting it a bit without lowering the damage, so just the silence duration increased back. I guess it's okay. I mean, you're just reworking Vox a little bit. If that's the direction you want to take Vox, that's fine. Anyways, it says these are all the changes that there were for update 4.11. There will be a new hero, I heard. It's called Shin. I don't have access to the preview, so I can show you that, but I'm sure other content creators out there that managed to get their license before Vainglory closed down their system will be able to show you the preview. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the updates. See you next time. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.